We also expect to learn this week whether or not the criminal case against the former mayor of the city of South Fulton will head to trial. Khalid Kamau is scheduled to be in court tomorrow for a final plea hearing. Mayor Kobe was arrested in 2023, accused of trespassing and breaking into a lake house along Cascade Palmetto Highway in Fairburn. He told police it was his dream home and he wanted to buy the property, not knowing it was owned. In September, he pleaded not guilty to the trespassing charge. He still faces a felony burglary charge in connection to the incident.